everyone, and welcome to Erongo Talk. My name is Leandrea Louw, and today we join you from Dune 7 in Walvis Bay. So in our program, as usual, I'm going to bring you the latest news, the weather and tides. Our interview for today is with Rachel Harris of the Elephant and Human Relations Aid. And today we are celebrating Skyscraper Day. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back after this.
I'm Jareen
En I'm Yolanda.
en ons is van die Windhoek Express.
En ons vier vandag ons 6de bestaanjaar.
And we're very excited that even though we're celebrating in isolation, we are still celebrating it with you, our supporters and our viewers.
So vier saam met ons nog 'n verjaarsdag en ons sien uit na die volgende jaar wat voor lê.
En propvol gesondheid en geluk.
So from the Erongo team, all the way from Dune 7, we would just like to wish the Windhoek Express a happy 6th birthday. Happy birthday! Woo! And now it's time for your news. Now I'm bringing the news to you from the halfway point at Dune 7. So please keep on watching Erongo Talk to see if I made it to the top. Now there's another COVID isolation facility for Walvis Bay. Now the Walvis Hospital has constructed a 40-bed COVID-19 isolation facility and at an estimated cost of 1.9 million Namibian dollars in Walvis Bay. Now this price tag also includes the monthly rental fee. Now according to Human Resources Manager at the hospital, Estelle Ackerman, the facility is in addition to the 9-bed COVID-19 ICU and 24-bed ward for suspected COVID-19 cases already at the hospital. And if needed, it will be open to accommodate patients from other towns in the country. Now if it so happens that other towns cannot cope with the increasing number of COVID-19, this facility will be there for them. Now the oxygen capacity at Walvis was also increased from 100 liters to 300 liters. Now Ackerman explained that the construction started on the 15th of July and was completed within 4 weeks, and then the facility will open this week and will specifically treat patients who have tested positive for COVID-19, explained Ackerman. Now the facility boasts an administration block, donning and doffing stations for the staff on duty. This basically means putting and removing the PPE. A nurse's station in the middle of the isolation facility, as well as a small area inside the facility where patients can stretch their legs. Now an additional 16 staff members were also recruited on 6 months contracts to assist at the facility. Now Ackerman said that the facility will be open to both private and state patients. Now patients will receive the same trusted Walvis care at a more affordable rate. Since it's only a temporary facility with the basics, there's no need to charge patients the same as those in the hospital. Now she said that the facility will be operational for long as COVID-19 is around. Now a fraction of the costs incurred are fixed, and some of the equipment inside the facility as rentals. We should really commend the Walvis Bay community for their support and for helping the community, for helping when needed. Now this facility is truly a community project. Now if you checked our episode of yesterday, we took a walk through the facility. And basically the facility is housed in a big tent. There's 40 beds inside. There's a nurse's station inside. And majority of the costs that they incurred, some of them are fixed. However, some of the equipment inside the isolation facility is rentals. So Sister Eleanor Jansen, the Infection Prevention and Control Coordinator for COVID-19 at the hospital, said that there are mild, moderate, severe and critical patients. Now any patient whose oxygen saturation level, blood oxygen levels, is below 94% is classified as a moderate patient. Now the new facility will cater for moderate patients who need oxygen to improve their health. As soon as the patient needs more critical care, he or she will be transferred to the COVID-19 intensive care unit, which is located next door. Now she said that the hospital took its own initiative and decided to build a 40-bed isolation facility because when the cases peaked in Walvis Bay, they realized there is not enough beds inside of the hospital. Now Janssen also encouraged those that have symptoms, even if it's just diarrhea, a cough, fever, or whatever the case may be, you need to seek out medical attention as soon as possible. Now, Belvicha currently has 5 patients under investigation. COVID-19 results are still pending. 4 confirmed positive cases, 5 in the COVID-19 ICU with 4 on ventilation. But you can read more on that story on our website at www.erongo.com.na. And now for some COVID-19 news. Now the minister announced 152 new COVID-19 cases, 75 recoveries and 1 COVID-19 related death yesterday. Now majority of the new cases are from Windhoek, while Swakopmund only recorded 18 cases, Walvis Bay 4 and Omaruru 1. The death that occurred in Windhoek, it's a 60-year-old man who had known comorbidities and passed away on the 31st of August. Now, the minister also said that about 333 healthcare workers are infected with the novel coronavirus. Now, he said that majority of these healthcare workers are from the Khomas region with 227 cases and Erongo region with 51 healthcare workers. Now, he said majority as well is from the state. 32% are from the private health sector with 1 healthcare worker from an NGO. Now, the annual The Rock Spitskopper event has also been cancelled in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the annual community run and mountain biking events stimulate the Spitskopper economy through the attraction of athletes. Now, however, the event was postponed to next year as the host, Orana Mining Namibia, felt that bringing in individuals from all over the country to Spitskopper community, where many vulnerable community individuals with underlying health conditions reside, would pose a serious health risk to the community. But you can read more about this story and so much more on our website at www.erongo.com.na. So please stay tuned to see if I really made it to the top.
My words will never ever leave you in doubt. I don't see what all the fuss is about. I didn't know I had to watch my tongue. Now you know that I'm alone with God. Yeah, you know it's true. I'm too taboo.
Joining us today is Rachel Harris, the Managing Director of the Elephant Human Relations Aid, known as EHRA for short. Hi Rachel, how are you?
Hi, great, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. So Rachel, I want to know, EHRA has launched these very lovely t-shirts in the time of the pandemic. Could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, sure. We were always earning our money from tourism, from the voluntourism project that we've had going since 2004, actually. Yeah. And that was a brilliant, sustainable way for us to earn our income and be able to upscale a lot of the projects that we're doing inland. And obviously then when COVID happened and the borders shut and overnight, then our income dried up. So we've been fundraising ever since then, like crazy, applying for every grant the same as everybody else and seeing what creative things we can do to fundraise. So one of the people who work for us, Kristen Winter, she's an amazing artist, and so she actually did this drawing of Voortrekker from a beautiful picture that we have of him. And obviously he was quite an iconic elephant, I think, within Namibia, and obviously for us as well, we were really devastated when he was shot, so we thought we could launch a t-shirt for marking the anniversary of his death. So so it's been online, so internationally it's done really well. We obviously have lots of supporters, and then locally in Namibia we've also sold quite a lot, but they're still available.
Yes, of course. So get yourself one. It's almost Friday, so be a little bit irresponsible for the weekend. So, Rachel, the pandemic obviously hit you like many other charities, non-profit organizations. How has the pandemic and the lockdown restrictions prevented you from doing your work as EHRA?
So we've been able to carry on doing our work because we had an essential service certificate. So we have still been travelling between Swakopmund and inland, and it's really just given us a problem with manpower because our volunteers, they weren't here just for us to only, generate funds. We actually needed their hands and, their actual manpower. So the main thing the volunteers were doing were building big protection walls around water points. Yeah. So we have been a bit slow on doing that, but we have done some now with community members, with our elephant guards, with our staff team. And And then, yeah, we had a big problem now with the population of elephants from the Uhab. That people would know locally here, that the ones they see around the White Lady Lodge, and they moved really far east over to an area sort of behind Fingerclip Lodge, and there we've lost 3 were shot as a result of conflict. They're on commercial farms, where people really don't want them to be because they cause a lot of damage, breaking fences, and then cattle and other game then can escape. So luckily they've come back now, but it was a hectic time for us having to go up and down, and in the end we actually had to push the elephants off the farms and try and motivate them to come back to the Uhab west side, which they are now. So yeah, it's been probably busier than we've ever been, actually, with more conflicts than we've ever have experienced in such a full-on fashion, actually. So we have done quite a few walls. We've done lots of the work with the elephants. We've identified a further 5 elephant herds to the east, which we didn't know before. So we have managed with the donations that we've got in, and with things like the T-shirt, to have enough money to, still pay staff, even though all of us are on salary cuts. But we've had enough money for fuel and for sending people out. Yeah, not been easy, but we've been really fortunate with in fact all the volunteers that we've had over the years mostly giving us donations to carry on.
Yes. And then, Rachel, aside from the T-shirts, what other fundraising initiatives have EHRA taken in this time?
So we've also got our fantastic base camp, which is out on the Uhab River, and we'd never actually opened that up to tourism before. It was just a private camp just for the volunteers, but it's a really nice place. So we had always aimed to rent it out and let local people go in there and tourists as well. So we've been doing that, and that's been popular when people can go there. I mean, we were fully booked in August, and of course then everybody couldn't go. So, but luckily most people have supported us and are going again this month. So so we've been doing that, and a lot of grant fundraising, actually. We've been producing little videos of updates that we can send to our donors, and just doing a lot on social media and trying to market ourselves as best as we can and keep in touch with people.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rachel, for being us today. And that's all you need to know about the standing of EHRA in the time of the pandemic.
So I'm almost at the top, and now for your weather and tides, and kicking off with the tides. We had high tide this morning at 5 minutes past 4, low tide at 5 minutes to 10, high tide will be at 20 minutes past 4, and low tide will be at 20 minutes past 10 tonight. Now, Walvis Bay sunrise was this morning at 10 minutes past 7, sunset will be at 8 minutes to 7. Now, this is more or less the sunrise and sunset times for all the towns in the region. Now, a maximum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius is expected for today in Walvis Bay with a westerly wind. For tomorrow, a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. For Swakopmund, maximum temperature is expected today of 17 degrees Celsius with a westerly wind. A minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. In Henties Bay, maximum temperature for today is 17 degrees Celsius with a south-southwesterly wind. For tomorrow, a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius. Now moving on to Arandis, maximum temperature for today will be 30 degrees Celsius with a southwesterly wind. For tomorrow, a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. For Usakos, maximum temperature for today will be 35 degrees Celsius with a north-northwesterly wind, a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius. For Karibab, maximum temperature for today 34 degrees Celsius with a north-northwesterly wind, a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius for tomorrow with a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. Finally, for Omaruru, maximum temperature for today 34 degrees Celsius with a north-northwesterly wind. For tomorrow, a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. That's your weather and tides for today and tomorrow. unfortunately, that brings us to the end of today's Erongo Talk. Please go check out our website at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na for all your latest news. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We've got loads of fun things happening on Instagram. Or you can get in contact with us for advertisement opportunities. Let us know what's happening in your town or your region at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. So it's almost Friday. Hang in there. But don't worry, we'll be back again tomorrow at 12 o'clock, where my colleagues Otis Daniels and Irene Marie van der Walt will be presenting with the latest news, the weather, the tides, upcoming events. And it's Friday, so there will loads of lekker stuff will be happening. So please take care of yourselves. Exercise is important. So sanitize your hands, wear your mask when you're in public places, keep your social distancing. The only way we can get rid of COVID-19 is if we take care of ourselves and if we take care of each other. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.